Most businesses know they should be doing something with AI by now. They feel it. Their competitors are talking about it. Their board is asking about it. The whole world is telling them they're behind. And here's the part that matters to you. They have no idea what to actually do about it. They know they should. They don't know what. And that gap, the space between knowing you should and knowing how, that's not a problem for them to solve alone. That's your opening. So let me tell you exactly what you're going to walk away with. By the end of this, you'll understand the real opportunity sitting in front of an operator who knows this method, which is that you can build for other people and get paid for it. You'll know why businesses can't just do this themselves, even when they've got the budget and the desire. You'll know what you're actually selling, which is not what most people think it is. And you'll know why the thing that makes you valuable is the exact thing they can't buy off a shelf. That's the whole picture, and it changes how you see every business you walk past. Let me start with the reality on the ground, because if you understand where most businesses actually are, you'll never run out of opportunity. Right now, most businesses sit in one of two camps. Both of them lead to the same place. The first camp thinks AI is magic. They've heard the stories. They tried a chatbot, asked it to do something real, and got a mediocre, generic answer back. They're interested. They've maybe even got some budget set aside for it, but they have no clear way to spend that budget well. They're standing at the door, waving money, and getting nothing usable in return. The second camp thinks AI is hype. They watched a competitor announce some big AI initiative that quietly went nowhere. They've seen the flashy demos that never turned into anything real. So they concluded the technology isn't there yet, and they're waiting. Here's what they got wrong. It wasn't the technology that failed. It was the absence of a method. The demo didn't ship because nobody put a real process around it. No clear spec, no review, no steering. They blamed the tool. The tool was never the problem. Two different beliefs. One identical gap. Neither camp has the operator skills. Neither has a method for turning AI into something that actually works in their business. They have the want. Some of them have the money, and not one of them has the way to spend it productively. You have the way. That's the whole game right there. That's the operator's edge. Now here's the question that decides whether this is a real opportunity or just a nice story. If they have the budget and the desire, why don't they just do it themselves? AI is right there. Anyone can open it. Why would they ever pay you? Because the hard part was never opening the tool. The hard part is everything around it. And that's the part almost nobody has. Think about what actually has to happen for an AI build to land. Somebody has to look at the real, messy way the business does the work and break it into pieces small enough that an AI can run them. Somebody has to write the spec in detail, accurately, so the build does the right thing instead of a confident guess. Somebody has to review the plan before it runs, catch the misunderstanding early, steer it when the first version comes out wrong. And somebody has to know which build is even worth doing in the first place. Where in this business, an AI build actually pays versus where it just looks impressive and changes nothing. That is a skill. It's not a coding skill. You're not selling code, and we'll get to that. It's a thinking and directing skill. And it is genuinely rare because the whole world has been told AI is one magic prompt away. So almost nobody learned to do the real work. The businesses sitting on budgets don't have this person in-house. That person is scarce. And scarce, useful, and in demand is exactly the position you want to sell from. So this is the moment to be precise about what you're actually selling. Because if you get this wrong, you'll undercharge and underdeliver for the rest of your time doing this. You are not selling AI. AI tools are a commodity. Your client can go subscribe to the same tools you use today for the price of a couple of coffees. If your pitch is, I have access to AI, you have no pitch. So does everyone. You are not selling code either. Your client does not care about the code. They will never look at it. The thing they're buying isn't a pile of code. It's a result. Stop thinking of code as the product. It's not what they want, and it's not what you sell. Here's what you actually sell. You sell the judgment to find the spot in their business where a build pays, and the discipline to do the real work that turns that spot into something that ships and produces a return. That's two things, and they only count together: the judgment to find the right build, and the execution to make it real. Finding the leverage point and doing the work at it. Everything you learned in this course up to now, that's the product. That's the rare layer. That's the part they cannot buy in a tool subscription, because the tool is the easy part, and they already have access to it. Get concrete about it, because vague doesn't sell. What you hand a client is the clear understanding of where the leverage actually is in their business. The detailed spec that names exactly what the build does. The discipline that ships a real first version in 1 to 3 weeks instead of a project that drags on for a year and never lands. And a result they can point at and measure: hours, given back a process that used to take a person all day, now running on its own. A number that moved. The build is just the delivery vehicle. Those are the products. And this is where the whole thing comes together. So let me say it plainly. Being able to build is no longer the rare part. The wall that used to stand between an idea and a working piece of software came down. Anyone can open the tool. What's rare now is knowing which build is worth building and being willing to do the real work to make it land. That's not a tool you can buy. That's a person who learned the method. The market is flooded with access and starving for execution. And execution is exactly what you're carrying. So let me be honest about the size of this, because I'm not going to hand you a fantasy number or promise you'll get rich. But I will put the imbalance in front of you, because once you see the shape of it, you'll never run out of opportunity. On one side, operators who can actually do this, who know the method and can direct a build to a real result. That's a small number. Today, it's in the hundreds, maybe a few thousand, because almost nobody learned the real work. On the other side, businesses that need an AI build and aren't getting one, a process worth automating, a handoff that leaks time, a pile of repetitive work eating their week. That's millions of small and mid-sized businesses globally, hundreds or a few thousand of you against millions of them. That's not a close gap. It's several orders of magnitude. You will not have to look hard to find a business with a leverage point sitting unused. And here's the part that matters most. That imbalance isn't a trend that closes next quarter. The skill stays rare for a long time, because it's a discipline, not a download. The supply-demand gap is structural, and it's open for years. That's the opportunity, not theoretical, real, current, and yours to take or leave. So that's the ground you're standing on. Most businesses know they should be doing something with AI and can't. They have the budget and the want. They don't have the method. They can't do it themselves, because the hard part is the thinking and the directing. And that's the rare thing you carry. You're not selling AI, and you're not selling code. You're selling the judgment to find the right build and the discipline to make it real. The market is full of access and short on execution, and you've got the execution. Next, we get practical. How to find your first client, how to position yourself as someone who builds and ships, not just another voice talking about AI, and where those first clients actually come from. The opportunity is real. Now, let's go get the first one. I'll see you in the next one.